You're listening to Profile Theater on Air. I'm Josh Hecht, Artistic Director of Profile Theater in Portland, Oregon. Profile Theater is one of the oldest continuously running theater companies in the state. We center our season around a featured playwright whose vision broadens our perspective on our world and deepens our collective compassion. Profile Theater on Air is a new platform, bringing you high-quality audio plays from this season's featured writers, as well as 2 ongoing podcasts, Voices from the Real World, featuring interviews with writers in our Community Profile program, and Satellite, with artist interviews and featured stories to help you go deeper into the world of our main stage plays. This month, we're bringing you our second audio play of our fall 2020 season, Hot and Throbbing, by Pulitzer Prize winner and Tony nominee Paula Vogel. Hot and Throbbing premiered at the American Repertory Theater in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1994. A revised version of the play premiered at Arena Stage in Washington, D.C. in 1999. Some plays, Vogel writes by way of epigraph, only daughters can write. And now, here's Hot and Throbbing by Paula Vogel, directed by Jamie M. Ray.
Hot and throbbing. The living room looks like a townhouse that cost $79,900 in 1990 when our story is set. There are 2 bedrooms, a sofa which folds out in a tweed, scotch-guarded, a large desk with a box desktop computer where the dining room table was supposed to be. There are books everywhere and television sets which may or may not be running erotica or police shows, all on constantly. And oh yes, wall-to-wall shag. There are 2 worlds in this story, reality constructed as we know it, and a world that sometimes resembles the real as we fantasize about it.
Cut to interior, night, voiceover. She was hot. She was throbbing. But she was in control. Control of her body. Control of her thoughts. Control of him. He was hot. He was throbbing. And out of control. He needed to be restrained, tied down, and taught a lesson. But not her, but not too much. Just enough. She would make his flesh red all over. She would raise the blood with her loving discipline. And she would make him wait. Make him beg. Make them both wait until she was ready. And she would make him wait.
Make him beg. Sounds too male bashing. Make him ask? Ugh, fuck it. Make him beg. Make them both beg.
Mom, where's your eyeliner?
On the top shelf next to the Ben Gay. Until she was ready. Ready to release them both at the end of a long, hard night. Ready to heave herself to the other side of her love throes. Ready to give it up.
Mom, can I use your mascara?
Sounds like upchucking. Ready to pant. Ready to scream. Ready to die in each other's arms. Leslie Ann, what are you doing?
Putting on some makeup.
Why are you putting on makeup?
I already told you.
No, you did not tell me.
I did so.
Why are you wearing makeup?
I'm going out.
Out where?
Out to Lisa's to spend the night.
This is the first time I've heard about it.
I told you.
I don't want you going to Lisa's.
But why?
Because I said so.
I'm going.
Her parents don't supervise that young lady. You're not going to Lisa's.
But all the girls will be there.
You're not all the girls.
I'm going.
Voiceover continued. He wanted to take her downtown and book her, spread her, cuff her, and search every inch. He wanted to penetrate her secrets with his will. He wanted to gently pry open that sweet channel that leads to joy and fill her with his passion until the dull pain faded into pleasure, until her hips locked into a rhythm to match his. Together they would rock each other, clinging to each other as the tempo got faster, faster, faster and faster, faster and faster and faster and faster and faster.
You just don't care.
Calvin comes downstairs, sits on the sofa, and watches TV.
You want me to stay in this boring house until I rot like you and Four Eyes on the sofa over there.
Leslie Ann, I'm behind my schedule. I've got to get 40 pages by the first mail tomorrow morning, and I'm on page 26.
Layla. Not answering to a dumb shit name like Leslie Ann.
Layla, you've got me on my knees.
Mom?
I'm sorry, sweetie, Layla.
Layla, I'm begging, darling, please.
Shut up, creep!
Are you going out in those tight pants?
What business is it of yours?
Those pants are so tight you can see your PLs.
Shut up.
What are PLs?
Nothing.
Hey, as long as I don't have to walk you up the aisle for some shotgun wedding, you trouncing around with your PLs hanging out.
PLs?
Why don't you just go beat off in your room, you little pervo?
Those pants are too tight. Did you spray paint them on?
Bet you wish you had my thighs, huh, Ma?
We're not discussing the subject of my thighs. You're not leaving this house dressed like that.
That's funny, coming from you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
I could kill your father for telling you kids a thing like that. I do not write pornography. There's a mile of difference between that and adult entertainment. He wouldn't know the difference.
I think it's cool.
Shut up, Toady. So what's the difference?
What?
What's the big difference between porno and adult entertainment?
It's only pornography when women and gays and minorities try to take control of their own imaginations. No one blinks an eye when men do it.
Uh-huh. So it's okay that you objectify my body because you happen to be female.
Who have you been talking to?
It was in her Problems of Democracy class this week.
Your movies are filled with girls my age as sex objects. Why don't you use women your own age?
Because no one would pay to see that.
You're going out of the house dressed like that, and you blame me for making you a sex object.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Blame the victim.
I know what you're doing. You're using this as a ploy for me to lose my temper, and it's not working, Leslie Ann. You're not going to Lisa's. You're staying home and reading a book.
Books like the porno you read.
I'd rather have you read Henry Miller or D.H. Lawrence than watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a lot less boring.
Come on, Charlene. 26 pages.
This is not about me. You will not fling the way I make a living into my face every time I give you a directive. The way I put food on the plate, Reeboks on the feet. You are not leaving this house, period, young lady. I want you to go upstairs to your room and do some homework for a change. Your grades last quarter were a disgrace.
Calvin gets to go out.
Calvin has a 3.75. Calvin can go out all he wants on a Friday night. You are staying home and opening a book. You'll like it. Moby Dick. I loved that book.
Her book report's due Monday.
Charlene.
You children can go read quietly in your rooms. I've got to get this section done. Go on, upstairs. Open your books.
The only thing Leslie Ann wants to open is her PLs.
Calvin, quit picking on your sister.
Get your little tattletale nose out of my PLs, you creep.
I've had it. What are you talking about? Leslie Ann.
Ask Calvin. Go ahead, little brother. Tell Mom what you've been calling me.
Calvin, I asked you a question.
PLs are a name for a girl's,
It's not very nice. You know, for an honor roll creep, you sure use some nice language.
When I was growing up, I didn't have a room of my own. And so I was determined that my children would each have their own privacy. Your mother sleeps on a convertible sofa that has to be made up each morning so that you can have your own space. I want you both to go upstairs to your rooms if you can't be quiet and act normal down here.
Some privacy? The walls are paper thin. How can I concentrate when all I can hear is Four Eyes beating off?
I do not! You have the mouth of a slut, Leslie Ann.
You beat off. In the catcher's mitt Daddy gave you for Christmas. I can feel the walls shaking.
Leather catcher's mitt. Open window, show clipboard, notes, leather catcher's mitt.
Mind your own business.
That's not what Dad meant when he said practice catching pop-up flies.
Shut up!
That's why you wear glasses, Calvin. Nobody else in this family does, little brother, because you violate yourself.
Mom wears glasses.
Oh, ew! Shut up, pervo!
Must have learned it from you, PL.
Quit calling me that, and I just might learn you something interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah, so you won't have to hang in the bushes outside the house. You do, don't you? Yeah, I thought that was you.
Leslie Ann suddenly wrestles Calvin into a lock on the sofa, on top of him, his arm twisted.
Watching me undressing in the bushes? Straight A student, I'm gonna teach you a lesson.
You're an asshole.
What
Ah!
did you call me?
Ah! Stop it!
I'll stop when I feel like it.
Lolita, light of my life, fire of my loins, my sin, my soul. Lolita, Lolita.
That's my ride, Mom. Gotta go.
You're not leaving this house, young lady.
You said I could.
When? When did I say that?
Last night, I asked you, and you said you didn't care what I did, so I told Lisa yes.
Is that Lisa outside? I don't like you riding with her. Go out and tell her I said no.
You said you need peace and quiet. I'm gonna give you some. It's an overnight, a slumber party. I'll be back tomorrow.
Bye-bye. You march upstairs right this minute. You're not leaving this house.
I'll see ya.
Jesus, I could use a cigarette.
You quit smoking.
I know. I miss it at times like this. Jesus Christ. Page 27.
13 to go.
What's on your agenda for tonight?
I'm staying here with you, Mom.
Nothing's gonna happen.
I know.
Because if you want to go out, you should go ahead.
I don't want to. I'm just going to sit here quietly and read Moby Dick again. All right?
I don't want you to write Leslie Ann's book report for her, all right?
All right.
What are you looking at?
What are you
Looking.
at?
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
Looking.
What are you looking at?
Writer's block, Mom?
I'm running out of words.
How about
Throbbing.
throbbing?
Don't make fun of me, son. My writing puts food in your mouth.
I wasn't making fun. I was just trying to help.
I know. I'm sorry. Maybe after you go to college, you'll be able to be a real writer. Great writers can see into the future. I'd really like that.
You're the writer in the family.
Oh, Lord. Not this. This is junk.
No, it's not. I really like...
Calvin Lee Dwyer. Have you been reading the files on my personal computer? That's not for you to read.
I just wanted to read it.
How'd you get my password? There's no privacy in this house. Do you really think it's any good?
I really like the detective, Mama. He's cool.
I'm kind of proud of the detective.
Mama, I think you can really write.
Oh, honey. Not really. Not yet. Someday. Maybe. When you kids are all taken care of. Someday. I'd like to think I have one good book in me. You could be a writer, too.
I don't want to be anything. And I'm not going to college.
We'll see.
To Prince George's community with all the geeks.
That's where I went, remember? But I meant maybe somewhere away from home. It'd be good for you to get away.
Leslie Ann's the one who wants to go away.
I worry sometimes she'll get as far as the back seat of a car.
I don't think so. I think she's scared to death.
Why?
No reason.
Okay. Page 27. I need some words that pack a punch.
So how about throbbing?
I've got throbbing all over the page. There are just so many ways to say throbbing.
Pulsing.
Beating.
Heaving.
Battery.
Wait a minute. Ooh. Cut. That's it, Charlene.
Cut to flashback. Exterior. In the bushes outside the house. Nighttime. We see a young boy, not yet old enough to shave. He's peering up through the bushes at... Cut to boy's point of view. We see an attractive older woman, full-hipped, through her bedroom window, looking at herself in the mirror. The woman removes her glasses and gazes at her image. Cut to the young boy, Standing now, he watches as she strokes her face. We see him raise his hand, which holds a baseball mitt. He strokes the leather with his free hand, softly feeling the texture. Close up on the mitt. The boy fists it several times, then raises the glove to his face, breathing in the leather. Cut to the woman, who begins to feel her own body. Cut to a young boy, who begins to run the glove across his chest. Cut to the woman, who closes her eyes and runs her fingers over her rounded hips and down into her waistline. Cut to close-up on the leather mitt, rubbing up and down the boy's blue jean thighs. Cut to...
Yes, Ishmael, the same fate may be thine, but somehow I grew merry again. Yes, there is death in this business of wailing, but what then? Methinks that what they call my shadow here on earth is my true substance.
What the heck was that? Shoot! Ugh, I lost it. Cut to, fudge, fiddlesticks.
Something wrong, Mom?
Oh, I don't know. I'm distracted, I guess. Other voices are coming in over the airwaves.
Cigarette. Lolita. Cigarette.
Concentrate, Charlene. Cut to.
Do the dishes.
Dishes. Oh, God. Time for a break. First, save, close, exit, quit, power down. You're not worried, are you, Calvin?
Nope.
Because I can take care of myself.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry you saw what you saw.
Yeah, but it was a good thing I was there.
Yes, it was a very good thing. But it's never going to happen again.
I know.
How'd you get to be so big so fast?
Leslie Ann's still bigger.
You're catching up. You know what I miss? I miss the times when you would come inside as a little boy with a scraped knee or in some pain, and you'd come in crying and let me hold you. Boys grow up into men so quickly and we never get to just hold you.
Mom.
Now you always squirm away. Calvin?
Yeah?
Where does your sister go on weekends?
You know, out.
Out where? Where does she go with Lisa?
Well, see, first they hitched to Mount Pleasant with some suburban father type in his Volvo station wagon. Then they hop on the number 42 bus to the corner of Florida and Connecticut. They get off by the bus stop and walk 2 blocks east. They check to make sure they're not being followed. Then they duck into this joint. It's all red brick on the front with the windows blacked out, except for the Budweiser sign. The door is solid metal. They nod to the bouncer, who always pats Leslie Ann on the fanny. They trot behind the curtains in back of the bar, quick see so the clientele won't see them in their street clothes. And backstage, Al, who's the owner, yells at him for being late. They slip into this toilet of a dressing room where they strip off their jeans and sweats in such a hurry they're inside out, thrown in the corner, and they help each other into the scanty sequins and the 2-inch heels. They slink out together in the blue light as the warm-up act and wrap their legs around the poles. And Al keeps an eye on the guys who haven't got a buzz on yet, so they're pretty docile, because the girls are jailbait. And Leslie Ann and her best friend, Lisa, shake it up for only 1 set. And before you know it, the 20 minutes are up. Just a few half-hearted grabs. And they're doing full splits to scoop up the dollar bills that'll pay for the midnight double feature at the mall. And burgers afterwards at Big Bob's.
Calvin!
Jesus, Mom, you're not the only one who can make up stories. Take a joke, will ya? She probably hangs out at Lisa's being dumb.
Don't you have a nice girl you can take to the movies tonight?
I don't know any nice girls.
Well, how about calling up some of your friends and doing something with them?
All the boys in school are creeps.
But it's a Friday night.
So?
Calvin, sweetie, it's not right for you to spend every weekend in the house.
Am I bothering you?
No, that's not the point. You're never going to meet someone slumped on the sofa.
I'm not slumping.
You are. Sit up straight. You're wearing down the springs that way. When I was your age...
What do you want from me?
I just want you to have some fun.
I'm going.
Where?
What does it matter? I'm going. Out. I can't even sit in the privacy of my own home.
No, wait, sweetie. I don't want you to take it like that.
Jesus! I'm gone!
Have a nice time. Don't stay out too late. Boot up. Password. Drive A.
Charlene stealthily unlocks her desk drawer, takes out a pack of cigarettes, carefully selects one, and lights up. Our little secret, Charlene. Cut to close-up. She tentatively licked the tip, a gentle flick of the tongue before perching it on her lips. Her head instinctively reared back before its acid taste. She gently sucked, letting it linger in her mouth. She gently sucked.
The red tide.
She sucked the tip.
The red tide now poured from all sides of the monster like brooks down a hill.
Where is that coming from?
His tormented body rolled not in brine, but in blood, which bubbled and seethed. Jet after jet of white smoke was shot from the spiracle of the whale. Hauling in upon his crooked lance, Stubb straightened it again and again, then again and again sent it into the whale.
Jesus. I can't use that crap. Erase. Cut to.
Cut to flashback. Exterior. The boy in the bushes watches the woman smoke. His tongue gently flicks his own lips in response. Cut to interior. The woman in front of the mirror, oblivious to being watched. She arches her throat and releases a jet of smoke. Cut to exterior. Now we see the boy begin to manipulate himself with the gloved hand. Cut to interior. The woman hears a noise and turns to the window. Cut to the boy, begins to grow urgent in his need and begins pounding the cupped glove. Pounding the cupped glove.
Who's that?
Special delivery. I got a package for you, Charlene.
Clyde? God damn you, I'm calling the police! Shit, what'd you do to the phone?
You don't need the phone, baby. I'm here to reach out and touch someone.
God damn, you're drunk again, aren't you? Get away from here, Clyde! I told that stupid-ass judge a restraining order wouldn't work.
Open the fucking door. Ow. I want to talk to you.
Charlene, with a grim calm, reaches into the desk drawer and pulls out a gun. She checks the ammo.
I'm working!
I asked. Nicely.
Cut to exterior. The boy thrusts himself against the front door. Cut to interior. The woman on the other side of the door presses against it.
I'm coming. Shit!
Door bursts open. Charlene sits at her computer, pretending to type. Clyde flies
I hear you
in,
knocking,
disheveled.
but you can't come in.
Get out of here, Clyde. Your last chance.
I'm here to audition, to give you new material, the erotically unemployed, to get your undivided attention. Write this up, baby. Oh my God! Is that a doorknob in my pocket, or am I just happy to see ya? Baby, stop looking at the goddamn screen. Look at me.
Clyde yanks the computer plug from the outlet.
Ta-da! And now, the Burlesque Theater of Langley Park presenting Sex on Welfare!
Clyde begins to strip and grind, taking off his t-shirt, pants, and underwear, mooning Charlene.
Wah, wah, oh, wah, wah. Wah, wah, oh, wah, wah. Wah, wah, oh, wah, oh, wah, oh, wah, oh, wah, oh, wah, wah.
I want you to stand very still. Don't move, Clyde. Don't move. I don't want to kill you by accident. I'm just going to shoot you just enough to send you to the hospital.
Jesus Christ, Charlene!
Clyde grabs his behind and writhes, a slow, sexual grind of agony.
He was hot. He was throbbing. He was hot. He was throbbing. He was hot and throbbing. He was hot. He was throbbing. He was hot and throbbing. He was hot. He was throbbing. He was hot and throbbing. He was hot. He was throbbing.
Jesus H Christ!
Charlene hides the gun.
I can't believe it. My own wife. I can't believe.
Hold still. Calm down and quit wiggling like that. I can't see anything with you moving around.
Am I gonna have to be in a wheelchair for life?
I said, hold still. I don't want any blood on my carpeting. Yep. I got you all right. A flesh wound. How's it feel?
How does it feel? How does it feel? Like someone rammed a poker in my flesh! That's how it feels!
Don't move.
Don't move.
Don't. Cut to flashback 5 years ago.
It's a Friday night, and it's the first heat wave in the nation's capital. The politicians are dying to leave town. Oh yeah, and it's a full moon. There's just two things to do on a night like this. Make like cats in heat under the AC on high, or shoot somebody. And so the crime index climbs as high as the humidity. The waiting's the worst part, because I'm the dumb sucker who turns up first on the scene, and then waits around until the lab guys show up with their samples and body bags to clean up the mess.
Cut to...
I said don't move. You're going to mess up my sofa. Thank God for Scotchgard. There. That's better. You might not need stitches.
It's got such a nice tail on thee. That's got the nicest arse of anybody.
Charlene pours antiseptic onto Clyde's wound.
Ah!
It's a flesh wound. It's not supposed to sting like that.
Don't you tell me how it feels. You ain't my butt.
I can't do anything with you when you get in moods like this.
Charlene efficiently bandages him, tears the tape.
Wait, God, Clyde, you can't afford to buy yourself BVDs, but you can throw it away on alcohol?
It's my money.
I'm getting you some coffee before we go to the hospital. Sit up slowly. And sit on the towel.
Like a man missing a limb, Clyde tentatively feels his behind. Slowly, he pulls up his underwear. He tries to pull up his jeans, winces, and leaves himself undone. He sits up, penitently, like a little boy on the towel, favoring his good
There's
cheek.
no milk in the house, so you're going to have to drink it black.
Clyde slowly reaches into the back of his pants, wetting his hand with the blood. Hypnotically, he stares at the red on his hand, either getting faint or...
What the TV dramas don't show you is that we spend most of our days sitting on our butts drinking stale coffee. And when we do get to the crime scene, the trails and traces are so stupid a kid could tell you who done it. And the action is come and gone long before you turned up, and so you feel like one big limp dick. That's why some of the guys round up the usual suspects who didn't do it, take them downtown and backhand them to feel the warm flesh on your flesh, the hot blood on the back of your hand, because a crime scene is a cold, cold place.
Clyde closes his eyes, bringing his hand closer to his face. He breathes in the scent of the blood, and then almost tastes his hand. Clyde wipes his hand on the sofa. Charlene returns with coffee.
Jump cut.
Jesus, how did you get blood all over?
I guess I sprayed a bit when the shot hit me.
Drink this. Slowly. Then we'll go.
Okay. Good coffee. So, this is like old times, huh? Us sitting up, drinking coffee.
Forget it, Clyde. Whatever you're thinking, forget it.
Cut. Take two.
So this is like old times, huh? Us sitting up, drinking coffee.
Forget it, Clyde. Whatever you're thinking, forget it. How does it feel?
The more coffee I drink, the more it throbs.
I want you to feel it.
I want you
Maybe
to
then you'll
listen.
Jesus, that sounds like something you would say.
Say, what happened to the...
And don't worry about the gun. Just behave yourself and it won't go off.
Call me old-fashioned, but I prefer the days when having protection in the house meant your supply of birth control.
You're a laugh riot tonight.
Seriously, Charlene, I don't like to think about you having a gun and shit in the house.
It's my house. Where are you going?
I can't talk to you when you're like this.
Cut. Take 3.
I came to talk and you're shutting me out.
You're about 10 years too late.
Jump cut.
So, how's work?
I'm behind deadline.
How are the gals at work?
The women?
Right. Are you starting to turn a profit at, I don't remember the name of your production company.
Gyno Productions.
Right. I knew it rhymed with wino. I never can remember it.
It's the root for woman in Greek.
I can see that's important, but it's still hard to remember.
Yeah, it is. But we just designed a new logo for our stationery and business cards. Want to see it?
Sure. Wow. Charlene's Wire. Story editor. Gyno Productions. They promoted you. That's really nice, Charlene.
No, not that. What do you think of our new mascot?
Well, I'm not sure. What is that thing on here? What is it doing? It's dancing?
It's a rhinoceros. Rosie the rhino. She's dancing.
Uh-huh. That's cute. But don't you think those pink pasties are going a bit far? And the G-string? A rhino and a G-string does not inspire me.
I like the G-string. It was my idea. And it's supposed to be funny for women. Are you done with your coffee?
Look. Do you want to talk? Talking involves disagreement. If I don't tell you what I'm thinking, even if it's ignorant, how can I learn anything about what you're doing when you're saying you're working?
Yeah, like what do you want to know?
Well, do you ever think you're going to run out of words when you're writing like that?
She thinks about it all the time.
I think about it all the time. Can I have my business card back, please?
I'd like to keep it, if I may, as a memento. I know it has your work number on it, but I won't use it, okay?
Right.
Shit, that was dumb, Charlene.
Just relax, will ya? So, where do all these words come from?
I don't know. When I really get going, it's like a trance. It's not me writing at all. It's as if I just listen to voices and I'm taking dictation.
Sometimes I'm waiting for the body bags. I'll look at the victims. Sometimes they're real pretty. And I'll think, she's young enough to be my daughter. Or maybe she's someone's mother. It makes it hard to go home. And sometimes I talk to them, and their voices answer me. I mean, I know it's me, but mostly I say I'm sorry, and they tell me it's all right. Frankly, it scares the shit out of me.
Doesn't that spook you? whose voices are these? Who's in control?
But she was in control.
Well, they're the characters speaking. They kind of sit in the living room and talk to me. I mean, I know it's me, but I have to get into it. And right now, I'm writing something with this detective who goes to investigate a homicide, and he meets a woman. And there's this incredible physical attraction that happens at the crime scene.
Uh-huh. I used to think that porno flicks were all pictures and no words.
Look, Clyde, I don't write porno. I don't appreciate you telling Leslie Ann that.
Well, what do you call it? What was the title of your last opus? Sperms of Endearment? So what is that? Bergman?
It's my homage to Jack Nicholson.
Uh-huh.
Gyno Productions is a feminist film company dedicated to producing women's erotica.
Erotica is just a Swedish word for porn, Charlene.
What's the use? Are you through with your coffee?
Look, this is what happens every time I challenge you. You just shut down, as if I'm bullying you. And it's just my way. It's the way men learn to argue, through contact sports, as if words were body grease. So you gotta grab hard to pin your opponent. And I'm stuck here, feeling stupid and cut off, Because you won't explain things in plain English. You're speaking a code designed for signals between members of the female sex. Well, pardon me, but I did not go to college.
He's an asshole.
In plain English, I am not a pornographer. I write erotic entertainment designed for women.
Yeah. So to return to what I was asking, what's the big difference?
For one thing, desire in female spectators is aroused by cinema in a much different way. Narrativity, that is, plot, is emphasized.
Yeah, there are a lot more words, so what else?
The meat shots and the money shots of the trade flicks are not the be-all and end-all of gyno productions. Why are you laughing?
I seen one of your movies, and it had tits and ass just like Deep Throat.
Physical expression is the culmination of relationships between characters. Most importantly, we try to create women as protagonists in their own dramas rather than the objects. And we try to appreciate the male body as an object of desire.
Now you're talking. Ah! Oh, suffering Jesus on the cross.
Is it bad?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, let's go.
No, wait a minute. Wait a second. I'm a little woozy. Do you have anything in the house for the pain?
What do you mean, for the pain?
I could use a shot of something.
You want me to give you a drink, Clyde? Are you insane?
One drink is not going to hurt. In fact, it will dull the throbbing in my butt. And since it is your bullet that's in my butt, I think you owe me one.
You get mean when you drink. I don't want to participate in enabling behavior.
Goddamn Oprah Winfrey. Just get me something, will you, Charlene? My butt is bitching.
One shot. That's all. I'll get some from me.
While she is out of the room, Clyde quickly searches under the sofa pillows and cushions for the gun. No dice. Charlene returns with a bottle and 2 shot glasses.
Wow, that's nice.
It's Remy.
It's been a while since I had Remy. Well, let's toast to love and success and a long film career. To you.
To you. To you, Clyde.
Jump cut!
You've got to let go now. It's over.
I kind of lost my head when I got the restraining order today, Charlene. Some things will never be over. Like everything you taught me.
What did I teach you?
You taught me about desire. That's not over. I think about you all the time. I have since high school.
You're not thinking about me. You're obsessing about me.
No, because you can never understand what's going on inside a man's head, you imagine the worst.
Charlene, get him out of the house.
Jump cut!
I'm going to put myself together. Get retrained in something. Maybe go back to school like you did. It really changed you, Charlene, when you went back to school.
I think that would be wonderful.
I have to work out my karma because I really fucked it up in this lifetime, and I have to pay for that by trying.
I don't believe in karma.
I do. I believe in it. There's no other way to explain stuff like high school proms.
I forget sometimes how unique you are when you're not drinking.
She will embrace me warmly as if we had never embraced before. We will have only a couple of hours together and then she will leave to go to work. I will be sound asleep when she returns at 3 or 4 in the morning. I love her heart and soul. She is everything to me.
You've had enough for one night, Charlene.
Jump cut!
I think about you. I try to figure it out all the time. Why I stayed with it so long. It's funny. I always asked why I stayed. I never thought to ask how you could act that way. And then one day I realized that every dish in the house had been replaced with plastic ones. And part of me got off living on the edge like that. I kept saying, I can handle this. I can take this. But I was losing control.
Jump cut!
I never stopped thinking about it. It's this tape loop. It's torturing me. I'm standing outside my body watching this actor do that to you. A stuntman who's got my face.
She loved me for the dangers I had passed, and I loved her that she did pity them.
You want to work out your karma? Then let go. Find another woman and make her life lucky. Break the cycle. It'll be better next time.
She can smell his sweat. So warm she can smell.
So close she can almost taste.
Smell his
Sweat.
It will never be as good as it is with you.
Cut to interior. She closes her eyes. Close up on her lips as she kisses him hard on the mouth.
What are you doing, Charlene?
They look at each other for a long time.
This is not a movie, Charlene.
They move toward each other. Lips parted.
Cut to exterior. We see the door of the house burst open.
She begins to breathe quicker. He moves closer and presses against her, urgent now.
Cut to exterior. We see the woman run from the
She
house.
sighs. He reaches out and strokes her hair.
Get out of the house.
Long shot. Exterior. The boy watches through the window.
What about you? No, wait.
Shh. Don't talk. Not now.
I am gonna kill you!
What the fuck? Shit!
In a fury, Calvin throws himself on top of his parents. Father and son roll onto the floor.
Calvin! No! Stop! Watch out for his butt!
Father and son wrestle. They stand. Calvin, from behind, gets his dad in a lock, one hand pinned and twisted. Calvin's arm is locked around his dad's throat, choking him.
Getting harder to be a family man these days.
You leave her alone, understand?
Calvin, it's not as it looks.
You don't live here anymore, get it?
You're getting mighty big, son.
Just as quickly, Clyde slips around and out of Calvin's grip. Quickly kneeing him in the groin. Calvin falls to a fetal position on the rug.
Jesus Christ! Clyde!
He's playing with the big boys now.
Calvin?
Don't touch him. He'll be all right. Son, you all right? I'm sorry. Reflex action. No man likes to injure the family jewels.
Calvin.
What's he doing here?
Your father just...
Dropped in for a little adult conversation.
It's not what it looked like to me.
Honey, I can appreciate your concern, but he's still your father.
What's he doing here?
Look, maybe I should just call it a night.
Now, wait a minute, Clyde. No matter what's happened between you and me, you and Calvin have to learn to talk to one another. I will not be used as an excuse for getting in the middle of the two of you. Do you both hear me? I want you both to act civilized with each other in my living room for at least 60 seconds. I'm putting a fresh pot of coffee.
What a night, huh?
Hey, what happened to your butt?
Your poor, defenseless mother shot me.
Mom? Mom, she shot you?
I don't see anything particularly amusing about it. Men might hit you in the balls, but they do it to your face. Women, they shoot you in the butt.
You must have deserved it.
This is something private between your mother and me. So, how's school?
Okay.
And life, in general?
Okay.
Still got your nose stuck in the books instead of watching the live action?
Real men can read books.
Right. So, how's your sister?
Okay, I guess.
You guess? You don't know? You gotta keep an eye on her, son. She's at that age, know what I mean?
Yeah, sure I do.
That's right. You're the man of the house now. Blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh. Best thing to do is just lock her up for a couple of years. She's gonna cause a lot of men heartbreak. You gotta watch her, son.
I do. I watch her all the time.
I mean, it's not her fault, right? But that body of hers. You know what I mean?
Clyde punches Calvin in his arm.
You got to control
She's
her.
a little hard to control.
Girls' bodies at her age, they should be licensed. Where is your sister?
She said she was going to some sleepover.
And your mother believes that crap. We don't believe that crap, do we?
One of the things that made Cleo's dance fascinating was the little pom-pom she wore in the center. It served to keep your eyes riveted to the spot. She could rotate it like a pinwheel, or make it jump and quiver with little electric spasms. Sometimes it would subside with little gasps like a swan coming to rest. It seemed to be a part of her. It was tantalizing, especially to the 16-year-old who had still to know what it feels like to make a grab for a woman's bush.
You two are just chattering away like magpies.
We've been talking, right?
Yep.
Man talk.
You just caught us during the pause.
I fixed us a late-night snack. A last cup of coffee before I drive your father to the hospital.
I don't think that's necessary, Charlene.
This is nothing to fool around with, Clyde. Let me see how it's doing. Turn over.
Not in front of the boy, goddammit.
Oh, for Christ's sake, he's your own flesh and blood. Turn over.
Wow.
It's still bleeding. Not as bad as before, though. It needs stitches and a fresh bandage.
Mom, did you really shoot Dad?
Yes.
Cool. Mom?
Calvin, we are not going to discuss it.
Why don't you just drink up your milk and go to bed?
You have got to be shitting me.
Lucky for you, this is your mother's house. I'd turn the strap on you for language like that.
Mom. Milk? Milk?
Well, sweetie, it's too late for you to be drinking coffee, and I saved the last glass of milk to go with your cookies.
I'm not drinking that shit.
Growing boys need their milk, right?
Let's just drop it, Clyde.
Only wusses are scared of milk. A real man can drink milk.
You drink it.
Okay, son. I'll show you how it's done. How a real man drinks milk.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. I hate this.
Clyde abruptly grabs the milk and guzzles half the glass. It dribbles down his chin.
Nom, 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 nom. A man who can't drink milk can't love women. Is that a problem for you, son? Are you that kind of man?
Why does everything turn into a horror movie around here?
Show your old man. Drink the milk.
There, the mark of his teeth still where he tried to bite the nipple. I had to scream out, aren't they fearful trying to hurt you?
Drink the milk.
Clyde presses the glass
No!
into Calvin's face.
Get out of my face!
It's just milk. What are you scared of? Milk can't hurt you.
You're an asshole!
What did you call me?
Enough.
You don't scare me. This is not your house. You keep away from us. Stop thrusting yourself on Mom. You hear me?
I wasn't thrusting myself on your mother. Quite the opposite. Did I thrust myself on you on the sofa, Charlene? Did I?
I'm taking you to the hospital now.
Your mother kissed me first.
That's a
This
lie.
is getting
isn't it, Mom?
ridiculous. We're ending this conversation now.
Tell him you kissed me.
Don't be scared of him, Mom. I'm here.
I know it's hard to believe, Calvin. She's amazing when she kisses.
What?
Did you kiss him? Mom, after all he's done?
And his heart was going like mad. And yes, I said yes.
Calvin, honey, it's hard to explain at your age. It was just for old time's sake.
I don't believe you!
Don't raise your voice like that to your mother.
Oh, for God's sake, Calvin! I'm a human being too. I have needs.
I'm getting out of here.
When your mother kisses a man, it's like your heart gets squeezed. Too bad she's your mother and you'll never know.
Ah!
Calvin rushes for the door.
I'm so fucked up.
She kissed me. I was kissed. All yielding, she tossed my hair. Kissed. She kissed me. Me. And me now.
Why do you always do that?
Do what?
Oh, you know very well.
Christ!
Flashback. 3 years ago, Clyde strikes Charlene hard on the face. In slow motion, it almost looks like a caress. Charlene falls. Cut to...
Calm down.
Calm down. I don't have a job. I've got no fucking family. No wife. I've got shit for a life.
Maybe you should go now.
We will have only a couple of hours together and then she will leave to go to work.
Christ, Charlene. I just wish... Shit! I just wish we could go back, you know? Before college, before I got fired, before everything started busting apart. I wish I could just close my eyes and you'd be coming home through the door in your uniform after your night shift.
Oh, God, I hated that fucking uniform. It made my backside enormous.
You'd come in, tired but sweet. I'm under the covers. First you flip on the coffee in the kitchen, and the aroma comes up to me before you reach the bed. And then I feel your hands on my stubble, stroking it. Then I hear the sound of your shoes hitting the floor one by one, and the zippers, the sound of the uniform sliding down your slip. And then the next thing I know, there's your warmth in bed and your voice urging me up to work, already slipping into sleep. And every morning I went to work with a heart on. It was great.
Great.
Charlene stares into nothing as she slowly pours the coffee as a trickle into a cup.
And every night I would stand in the middle of the ward and think, I can't do this any longer. Holding another bedpan, swimming with someone's fluids. Bodies and mess. Mess and bodies. Minimum wage. Cleaning up messes.
This is where a high school diploma gets you, Charlene.
But then you came home to me and the children.
Where I cleaned up your mess for free. Now I can close my eyes and see beautiful, strong bodies touching each other, coupling with each other, and I write down these words, and the words become flesh.
I could kill that little faculty fruit at PG Community.
Gil may not have been the world's most inspired creative writing teacher, but he took pity on me. A woman with 2 kids to support, needing a way to pay the rent. He encouraged me. He let me in on the market. This writing is saving my sanity. I'm never going back.
Where's Leslie Ann tonight?
She's spending the night with a friend.
A friend, huh?
Yes, a girlfriend. She asked my permission.
It's your house.
Don't you dare start implying.
What? Who? Who's implying?
I work very hard at being a good mother.
You're a great mother.
I try. That's all.
Leslie Ann's just that age is all, you know?
No, I don't know. What age is that?
You can't be too careful. Look, I'm hardly the one to give you advice, seeing how my backseat activities got me into messes.
I know exactly where my children are. I know exactly where Leslie Ann is right now.
Cut to interior. In the rec room of Lisa's house. Night. Leslie Ann, now in an oversized t-shirt, huddles in her sleeping bag.
You're my best friend, Lisa. You know that. Since 7th grade. And you're going to be my best friend long after I get married and have kids. If it wasn't for the fact that I get to see you for homeroom and lunch, I would have stopped going to that stupid school a long time ago.
Is your sleeping bag warm enough?
I feel like there's nothing you couldn't tell me, you know? I would die before one of your secrets would roll out of my mouth.
You could tell me anything.
That's good. Are the other girls asleep? Do you?
What? Come on, you could tell me anything.
I've never said this to anyone else before. I'll kill you.
You could tell me anything.
Okay. Well, do you think of boys a lot?
All the time.
But I mean, do you think about
what?
Think about
doing it?
Yeah, but not just that. I mean, I think that too, but sometimes, do you think of them like hurting you? Well, I don't mean like hurting you, but like you're tied down and you can't stop them and they do things to you that hurt you, that make you scream, but you can't, and you wouldn't really want it to happen in real life. You would really get hurt, but when you close your eyes, you see it, and it makes you get hot. Only 'cause it's not for real. Lisa, are you asleep?
Leslie Ann is still a child, and I want her to have every second of childhood that she can get.
A child, huh? Have you looked at your daughter lately?
There is too much pressure on her already. Lectures on safe sex, birth control, condoms. I want her left alone.
Okay, you're her mother. But have you walked out of your front door lately? Seen the world? There's no childhood left.
It's not the world outside I'm worried about her seeing.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think we should go now. I'll drive you.
I can drive myself.
Let's go then.
I'm not ready.
Cut. Take 2.
It's late. I want you out of here.
I just got here.
Don't.
What am I doing? Having a cup of coffee?
You can't stay, Clyde. I need you out of here.
Cut. Take 3.
I want you out of here.
Are you going to make me?
If I have to.
Ooh.
Don't mock me, goddamn you.
Hey, baby girl.
Daddy, you didn't tell me he was gonna be
What
here.
are you doing here?
I came back for something. Lisa's waiting outside.
Why don't you go back out to the car and Lisa?
Why didn't you tell me my father was coming tonight?
Did you notice the knob is off the front door?
Don't I get a kiss anymore? That's more like it. My God, you're getting big. What are you doing tonight, princess?
I'm doing a sleepover at Lisa's. She's my friend in the car. Do you want to meet her?
No, that's okay. What do you girls do together?
We're watching movies mostly. Friday the 13th, Halloween.
Get out of the house! Get out of the...
I don't know how you can watch those.
They're just movies, Mom. Are you coming back home?
No, he was just leaving. We were on our way out.
I just got here.
Leslie Ann, your father and I are in the middle of something.
Layla. Where's Calvin?
He left after a little chat.
Are you going to be here when I get back?
No.
You just came over
I
for a
wanted to
visit,
try to talk
Daddy?
to your mother, that's all.
Clyde hands Leslie Ann $5.
Good luck. She's hard to talk to.
That's enough. Go on with Lisa.
Don't go.
Why don't you two just try to talk it out? Daddy, you've got to give up drinking, that's all. And get another job. It's no big deal. I don't see why you two can't work
I'd
it
like
out.
that, Layla.
It's a little more complicated than that, honey.
I'm going to tell Lisa to go on without me.
No, you are going with Lisa and have a nice time.
Everybody gets to talk to him but me.
Daddy's girl.
Go on without me, okay?
Daddy's girl.
I want to stay here and talk.
Don't go.
Not tonight. I mean it.
I can't even talk to my own father? Why can't we be like other families? Don't I even get a chance? Where's my fucking 4-H club? When did we ever say grace at the dinner table? I'm a fucking statistic from a broken home, a goddamn teenage statistic without enough money for a fucking double feature at the mall who has to lie that my mother's a secretary and that my father's a secret agent so no one finds out I've got a pervo for a mother, a drunk for a father, and a 4-eyed geek for a brother who beats off in his catcher's mitt. Fuck!
I'm not a mean woman, but I'm really going to enjoy watching her when she has children of her own.
I don't remember talking to my mother like that.
The only reason Leslie Ann thinks the sun shits out of your ass is because I've lied to her all these many years. She thinks I'm just clumsy.
Yeah, well, you are.
I wasn't clumsy until after we got married. Running into doors, falling downstairs. I want to protect her from knowing. It's too late for Calvin. That last fight, he saw it.
Part of becoming a man is accepting your parents' imperfections.
Imperfections, yes. Broken ribs, no.
Okay, Charlene, I've ruined your life, okay? I'm fucked up as a husband and a father, and I've ruined whatever fucking chance at happiness you and my children have in this lifetime.
I'm not asking you for that, Clyde.
What do you want from me?
What do I want? Why'd you come over?
I wanted to see you.
Why? What is it you want?
I want... What's the use?
Clyde gets up to go.
Just tell me the truth, okay? I'm listening.
You'll hate me if you know.
I can't hate you any more than I have for the past 10 years.
Well, okay, this is hard for me, all right? It's a fucking Friday night, right? And so what do we do Friday night? Go out, drink some beer, and, cruise the strip. I mean, if you're a guy who's alone, that's what there is to do in this town on a Friday.
I'm with you so far.
Right. So I take a shower, spruce up a little bit, and I count the change I have left, and it's not much. And that gets me a little depressed, but I think, okay, shit, I'll economize. I'll buy a 6-pack for the truck, and I won't drink out, So I go downtown and hit the streets, and I go into a few places, but mostly they're minimums. So I think, fuck, I can't even watch the live action.
You gotta have money to be a player.
So I go into a corner bookstore, and and it's packed, and I change to 5 1/4 and slip into the booth, and I...
You watch.
Right. And all it does is get me even more agitated. I'm thinking, this is not what I want on a Friday night. The feeling of my own fist in a booth. I'm like numb to that by now. So I get back to my own truck and I drink a few beers to get my nerve up, and I empty out my pockets. I check the dash and under the seats and I count. And I come up with a lousy $18.37.
Well, that's better than nothing.
Are you being funny?
No, I'm not. Go on.
Well, I think you know times are hard. Maybe some working girl will consider it, you know? Maybe I'll get lucky or I'll hit someone green on the street. So I crank up the engine and start to drive it slow down the side streets, and I see them. It's warm out tonight, and they're there in groups, laughing, wearing next to nothing, and they're so close. They're laughing at me, calling out to me.
So why didn't you ask someone?
I don't know. They were all together. I couldn't get one off by itself. I thought they'd laugh. I couldn't just call out, you know, how about $18.37? I just lost my nerve. I was so down by then. And then I just kept driving, and the truck kind of drove here by itself.
So you're telling me you drove to your ex-wife's house because you couldn't afford a prostitute?
Jesus, Charlene, don't make it sound like that.
I'm not taking offense, Clyde. I'm a grown woman. I can take the truth. In fact, I prefer it.
I mean, the truth is that lately nothing really seems to do it for me. The truth is that lately nothing really seems to do it for me. I don't know what's happened to me, but all the usual escapes turn me on, but they don't work anymore. I just get more and more depressed and anxious. Like, what if it just won't work at all? I mean, it happens sometimes to men, and something's happening in my head. Well, frankly, it scares the shit out of me. And it's building into a big problem now.
I don't understand.
I mean, like magazines or the girls in the booth, you know? I'll try to watch them, to use them, but something's changed. I start thinking she's young enough to be my daughter. Or I'll bet she's married, or she's someone's mother. The words I read in the books I buy, I start to wonder if someone's writing them, the way you do, to pay the rent for her kids. And I think I'm really, really fucked up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do this to you. I know you got problems of your own, but I just miss just talking to you, you know?
Oh my God. What have we done to each other? Sit down. Just sit down, okay?
Huh?
Does it still hurt?
Oh, that? No, I barely feel it. I think it stopped bleeding.
Okay. Listen. I'm just a woman on a Friday night, okay? I've come down on my price for you. Just once. Just for tonight. For $18.37. You hit the jackpot, mister. I'm not your wife or anyone's mother right now. Just this once. Clyde, we've got to be quick before the kids come back. Put the chain on the door and make the sofa bed up, okay? The sheets are already on it. You just got to take the cushions off and pull it out. I'm going to change into something.
You don't have to.
Ooh, I know I don't.
I'm not sure if I can... Then
we'll just hold each other and talk, all right? Quick now before I change my mind. I'll be right back.
Clyde sits for a few moments on the sofa. He notices the cognac bottle, picks it up, and guzzles the cognac. Slowly, he gets up, in pain. He draws the blinds closed. He takes the cushions off the sofa. His jeans are soaked in blood. He sees that he has drenched the cushion and quickly turns the bloody side to the wall.
Charlene? Charlene? I don't have any. I don't have anything on me, in case.
Oh, that's okay. I've got some protection in the house. Not protection as in guns, protection as in condoms. A Girl Scout is always prepared.
What is she doing with condoms in the house?
And the words become flesh.
Charlene, maybe if I go back to school, I'll try my hand at screenplays.
What?
I said I could write some screenplays. Because I've got all these pictures, these voices in my head. Yeah, I'd like to write a screenplay where the porno movie director goes berserk in the middle of the movie and strinks up the bimbo star and he fucking kills her. And then he tracks down the writer in her living room. Yeah.
She was hot. She was throbbing. But she was in control. Okay, now we separate the men from the little boys.
Cut! Listen, there's been a change in the script.
What change?
Clyde says he wants the bondage in reverse, okay?
That's not what we rehearsed.
This is when our movies made by screenwriters. Directors make the movies, not some broad sitting on her ass. Just improvise, can't you? Your dialogue's gotta be as good as a dumbass writer.
But I thought that the whole point of this...
What, did we pay you to think? You're a professional, aren't you? Do you want the role or don't you? You're wasting overtime.
The show must go on. Hey, guys, wait a minute. These handcuffs are on awfully tight.
Come on, let's finish the take. Ready? Lights, camera, action.
Please, don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you, baby. I'm just gonna teach you a little lesson. A lesson you'll remember.
Oh, shit! Ow! Wait a minute, guys. That really hurt. Hey, Larry, stop the camera. Larry? Where's Larry?
We told Larry to take a walk.
I don't know any of you guys. Are you guys with Gyno Productions?
This is not your screenplay.
I don't understand.
Ever hear of snuff films?
Just then, the bathroom door opens, and Charlene appears in a peignoir. With a well-developed animal instinct, she stands stock still, smelling the change in the air.
What are you?
What are you looking at?
Nothing. Maybe this was a stupid idea.
You look great.
You look great. Really great.
Really? Worth $18.37, huh?
Gotta have money to be a player.
Let me hold you. Come here.
Lights, camera, action.
This feels good.
You smell good.
Get out of the house.
I've been thinking, trying to figure out women, what turns them on. And I think tonight I found the answer.
Let's not talk.
Is it our smell? Our torso? Our butts?
Let's not bring that subject up.
She gently strokes his wounded behind and stops at the wetness.
Hey, wait a minute.
I think women really get turned on to men in pain. That's what they like.
She breaks away. In fear, she examines her hand, now bloodied.
Oh my God, Clyde, you're...
He reaches down the back of his pants and rubs her face with his blood.
Oh my God.
She dashes for the hidden gun, but he is right on top of her. He gets the gun away from her.
Clyde, listen.
You goddamn whore!
She loved me for the dangers.
Do you remember the last time I asked you a question? Do you remember the last time?
We made love?
No. When I beat you to within an inch of your life, you didn't learn, did you?
No.
I can't hear you.
No.
I'm gonna have to teach you all over again.
Stop.
Get on the bed.
Please.
On the bed.
Don't.
Now don't move. Don't move.
You're the one making me do this, Charlene.
Please.
You should have never gotten that restraining order.
Don't
Kick me out of my own house. Jesus Christ, Charlene. Why did you do that? Why?
Don't cry.
Clyde unbuckles his belt,
Don't.
draws it from the loop, and wraps it around Charlene's throat. Charlene wrests away the belt's grip and turns to Clyde.
Why?
Clyde redoubles his grip.
Put out the light, and then put out the light.
For a moment, Clyde cradles Charlene's body, rocks her, and then lays the body down on the bed. He picks up the gun, checks it again, and goes into the bathroom.
I asked him with my eyes to ask again, yes. And then he asked me would I yes to say yes, my mountain flower. And first I put my arms around his yes and drew him down to me so he could feel my breasts, all perfume, and yes. And his heart was going like mad, and yes, I said yes. 911 received a call at 9:30 a.m. from victim's daughter. Arrived at the house approximately at 9:52. Victim, Charlene Dwyer, age 38. Pending coroner's report, strangulation appears to be cause of death. Time of death, 10 to 12 hours previous. Signs of forced entry. Alleged perpetrator, Clyde Dwyer, age 42, found dead in bathroom of self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Pending forensic report, preliminary judgment, murder-suicide.
As the lights dim on Charlene's body, there is a bright spotlight outside the house, outside the playworld, into which Leslie Ann steps. She is dressed in a slip. Slowly, sensuously, she moves to the music. But she is not dancing. She is dressing, slipping on a conservative dress. She steps into sensible heels. She smooths her stockings. She pulls her hair up and back into a bun. Her body becomes more worn, more protected from our gaze. Her bones become less light, her face more determined. Oh yes, she wears glasses.
Voiceover continued. Flash forward, 20 years later. Leslie Ann finishes a lecture.
At the end of today's class, I will be collecting your papers on Othello. Next week, we will continue our seminar on the literature of obsession with our reading of Moby Dick.
Moby Dick! I loved that book.
My brother, the screenwriter, claims that Moby Dick is the one book that cannot be adapted successfully by Hollywood. Be that as it may, many Ahabs in LA have tried. In the next 4 weeks, we will discuss not only Melville's masterpiece, but the criticism of Moby Dick, which is as obsessive as the novel itself. We will examine how the book was first positioned as American in contrast to English literature by its juxtaposition of high and low culture and its wild and erratic mixture of genres. During the Melville revival, critics saw his similarity to modern writers such as Joyce and T.H. Lawrence in Melville's use of ambiguity, doubleness, the unreliability of the narrator, and stream of consciousness. We will discuss the myth critics, who saw Moby Dick as a Freudian tragedy that came from the repression of Eros.
You're going out of the house dressed like that, and you blame me for...
And we will sample the formalist, culturally materialist, deconstructivist, and post-humanist.
Right this minute. You are not leaving this house.
Excuse me. I can get very emotional when I talk about Moby Dick. Okay. Your papers on Moby Dick will be due 4 weeks from today. As always, I expect you to be in control of your arguments, in control of your words, and in control
of your thoughts.
be no day that you should turn and look at me with hate. Even when I don't communicate, even when I've drifted far away, there should be no time that you should boldly cross over the line. Put love aside and go make up your mind. To be unkind, I need my lover kind. You treat me like a stranger, like I ain't loved you good. You've put my heart in danger, and you've misunderstood my womanhood. I'll be spoken to with softness, put some syrup in your voice. Speak as if you love me, every word you have a choice. I know that I am young, but my ancestors live in me, and my mother's mother's mother say to leave. I hope you'll grow, that you'll find someone that makes you change.
I'm Josie Seed, one of the mentors in Profile Theater's community profile by and for Black women. Do you want to cultivate your own creative voice and use writing as a springboard for conversation and fellowship? Check out Community Profile, an affinity space exclusively for Black women that offers community building through monthly writing workshops with award-winning writers and exceptional teachers. There is something undeniably powerful about exploring one's own creative voice in a dedicated affinity space just for us, by us. Due to COVID-19, we aren't meeting in person at this time, but we are meeting online and have found it to be a rich experience for participants. The program is 100% free and 0% pressure. You'll meet people like you of all ages and backgrounds who are also there to work on their craft, share their stories, listen to yours, and together find a little bit of wisdom, support, and love. For more information, go to our website, profiletheater.org, and click on the Community Profile tab and see why one recent participant called this program a life changer.